Hi, I'm Kenna Danielle, and you are listening to Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 KCZWLP Conroe and 106.1 KZCCLP Conroe and worldwide on irlonestar.com.
Hello, everyone. This is Margie Taylor. I'm your host for Conroe Culture News from Lone Star Community Radio. Now at the City Tower with City Hall for the City of Conroe. And our guest today is going to be all about the Montgomery County Veterans Memorial Park. And I have Judge Jimmie Edwards III, retired U.S. Marine Corps. Is that right, sir?
Correct.
Okay. And Duke Coon, Director of Community Development for the organization, and Howard Wood, Communication Director. This is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic and Team Sinisi Real Estate Group. Roger Stein Chiropractic have been voted the best chiropractic center in Montgomery County for 4 consecutive years, and they are located at 3033 West Davis by Conroe High School and Taco Bell. And if you're a new patient, the $25 that you pay goes back to CASA. Team Sinisi Real Estate Group serves the greater Montgomery County, and they are the best source for buying and or selling your home or investing in real estate. Call 281-507-9777. Team Sinisi is an easy name to remember, unless you get tongue twisted like me. So a couple of other things. It's almost summer. School is almost out, so you need to start signing up for all the summer programs. Get yourself or your kids involved in swim lessons. Don't forget the water park, the new water park that the city has at Candy Cane Park. Right now it's open weekends, and starting June 1st it will be open every weekday and the weekends except for Monday, when they do a little pool cleaning and all of that. Flick and Float is back. It's coming up May 22nd at 7:30, and it's only $5 admission. Movies in the park. First one is this Friday, Heritage Place Park, and they're showing The Lion King at dusk. So watch for that. You can go to the playbook under the City of Conroe and find all the fun activities, all the summer programs, and that. So what we really want to focus on right now is to save the date for Memorial Day weekend events at the Montgomery County Veterans Memorial Park. And that is located at the feeder road at I-45 North and Highway 105. So they have activities Sunday, May 30th, with the inaugural Kid Fish and Family Fun Day. And those activities start around 9 a.m. We're going to dig deeper into that in just a few minutes. And then the Memorial Day activities with the Memorial Day observance and dedication beginning at 11 a.m. on that Monday, May 31st. So with that, let's introduce Judge Jimmie Edwards. Thank you for coming in and sharing the news about the Memorial Park. Y'all have been working on that for quite some time.
Yes, we're going into a little over our 4th year on this. We started this work, began to create it and think about it, envision it, about 4 years ago down at the VFW Hall here, Post 4709 here in Conroe. And a group of veterans gathered up, and we began from there.
And it was located over there by the tax assessor office.
That is correct.
Very small.
It's very small. It was first created in 1972 with a group of citizens here in Conroe, Texas, led by Rigby Owen and Lucinda Owen, Virginia Ruth Clark, James Stewart, the First National Bank, the Conroe Bank, and an old bank called the First Federal Savings and Loan. And they started the initial in 1972, and it was constructed. In fact, the architecture was donated by the University of Texas. And since then, it was redone in '86 while I was county judge, redone again in 2008. Now we have moved it. The problem is it was accessibility and availability, and it was just almost impossible to park around it. And so it was time for a new location.
And the new location is just very majestic.
Right. Number 1 Freedom Boulevard, Conroe, Texas.
It's going to be all that and more so. People will be brought to tears, right, Duke?
Well, I certainly agree. Listen, this is a heart project. This is, as we always talk about, this is not only a gift to Montgomery County, but a gift to the nation. There's been a lot of time and dedication spent working on this project, and I can't thank our chairman and founding director, Judge Jimmie Edwards, for all his efforts. It's a great team we have in place. You know, we on our the last time we visited, I mentioned that there's no rank here. Some may outrank others. We've got one commander. That's Judge Edwards, and everybody else falls in place, and we get the job done. Mission first, honored mission.
And everybody not just has different ranks, but they serve different parts of the armed services.
That's correct.
Right?
That's correct. I served in the United States Navy. Was proud to serve aboard the USS Iowa. Had a great tour of duty there, and I'm just a proud veteran and proud to serve on this commission.
And sitting across from us, who is that gentleman?
Howard, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it. Margie, thank you for having us back. We were a little worried after the last one, but I think it went really well. So, and
We
I
let
love
you
what
come
you've done
back
with
anyway.
the place. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Now it's a more intimate space.
That's right. That's right. We're a little tighter this time, but no, thank you for having us back. Absolutely great publication last time, and you know, in the few weeks that since our last taping, there's been a lot of progress. And like these two gentlemen said, you know, first off, kudos to both of them and the commission members who've gotten us to where we are. But we're really putting our foot on the gas pedal now, in my viewpoint. And this upcoming weekend, Sunday, May 30th, and Memorial Day, the 31st, we got some big things planned, and we're ready to show everybody what we've been doing.
So how far along is it in getting completion right now? 50, 60, 70%? If you were just going to guess at it.
Yeah, that's a good question.
I wouldn't call it anywhere close to 60% yet.
Yeah.
No? But it's going to happen.
But it's going to happen.
Life in the
You've got to
fast
remember,
lane.
this is a military operation.
Amen.
And so, you know, we started building the park before we had a bridge. We couldn't even get into it.
That's right.
So that's obviously a military operation. We had to wade the creek to get to the park. And so that was part of it. And now we've had some delays. COVID slowed us down. Several other things slowed us down. But we are on point, and we're headed for that May 31st deadline. And I've already had several calls. A lot of people called us, and now, where is this and what is this? And there's nothing there. I said, it will be there. Don't worry about it. It's, you know, it's military. Hurry up. Military, what we used to say.
Hurry up and wait.
Hurry up and wait. So we're moving forward. We've got, right now, there's probably 15, 20 men out there working right now.
In the mud and slush?
In the mud and slush. You know, people say, well, you can ask them to all work in the rain. You can't tell the military or men in service or women in service they don't work in the rain.
Yeah.
We work in all weathers. So when someone starts griping to me about the rain, I don't really have a lot of sympathy about it.
You just move on.
Move on.
That's right. So do we want to get into what's at the park, or do we want to get into the activities that are happening on starting May 30th?
Why don't we do activities and
Yeah.
on
Okay,
the 30th,
and then get down-
then on the
okay.
31st.
So the easiest way to keep abreast of everything going on is Facebook. Obviously, the Montgomery County Veterans Memorial Facebook page is updated daily, if not every other day for sure. But the big thing, we'll pick on Sunday the 30th first, if that's all right.
Yeah.
We have the inaugural Kids Cast and Catch and Family Fun Day. They're at the park, so sign-in starts at 9. Fishing begins at 9:30. It's ages 3 through 9 will be provided a fishing pole and bait. Of course, older siblings, and it's a family-focused event, so be sure to be there. But
So they need to bring their ID so you know that they're eligible.
you know, we're going to have Duke running security, so
Okay.
I'm sure these cute little kids will win them over fast, but let's just be safe and bring it with you. But no, we're going to have bounce houses, face
So
paintings.
security cards, all that.
Yeah, that's right. We'll have an inflatable. This is really cool. Outdoor Edge Ministries is going to have an inflatable archery range out there, so the kids can get some time on there and have some fun. It's a really, really cool setup. We're going to have a high striker, face painting. Hot dogs kick off at 12 to 1. We're going to have free chow and drinks there. And then we'll be getting into the concert phase of it. So it's going to be a fun event for the whole family.
Who's doing the concert?
This agenda's not fully set yet, but we'll make sure we get it updated once we get everything solidified.
We have a lot of people that volunteer that want to play.
Of course you
And
do.
so we're trying to figure a time frame.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been blessed. A lot of people want to step up and help, and now we got to fine tune everything.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And so the concert starts at 1:30, so people need to come out for that. Do they bring their own chairs, or how does that work?
Yeah, bring some chairs with you. We obviously have a pretty big pond there that we're going to have the fishing contest going along, and there's an award for the smallest fish. I hope to win it. You know, I'm
Are there fish in there?
There
Or are they
fish
going to
in
be
there.
stocked in there?
There are fish currently in there.
Well, rumor has it,
Yeah.
there's quite a few fish in there, and
Okay.
quite a few large fish
Okay.
in there. We're hoping once this is aired, not everyone will go over there and fish it completely out before kids cast and fish day. But no, rumor has it there's some pretty good sized fish in there. We've seen quite a few of them.
And then also we're working on lining up hot rods, Jeeps,
That's right.
motorcycles. So there's going to be a whole lot of antique cars and really cool rides out in the parking lot as well.
I know
so.
there's some Jeep clubs,
Yes,
car
ma'am.
clubs. So I've seen them out at the fairgrounds. Do we want to mention your sponsors?
Yeah, I think it's absolutely right. You know, with the volunteers on the commission plus the help of these sponsors, they've been incredible with us. We have Branding Iron Custom Goods. They've recently come on as a sponsor. Heather Wacasey, Farmers Insurance. If you guys are looking for insurance, she's the right person to go see. Blessed Bayou Wildlife and Consulting. Premier Boating Centers. We have Buzzard Industries. They've really taken a big step into this park and have been a true blessing helping us get going. Ranger Boats, Hill Corporation. They've really stepped up and done a lot for us. And I'm sure I might be missing one or two, but we couldn't do it without them, obviously.
Well,
And-
and the city of Conroe has been a big help. The city of Conroe is working on some things out there with us now related to this. So we just want to put a plug in there for
Absolutely.
the city of Conroe.
And Mary Knight. Mary Knight is helping coordinate this?
Absolutely.
Mayor's on the commission,
Okay.
and she's helping coordinate this event. She is chairman of it.
Right, that's what I thought, so I wanted to mention her. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. You know, great family activities. What is a high striker?
Okay. This
I don't know.
it gets a lot of looks when you're towing it down the interstate.
That's
I'll tell you
right.
that much.
That's right.
But it's a 17-foot. You hit it with a hammer. It runs up. If you're strong enough, you ring the bell. Just a
Okay.
typical carnival ride that you see. There
Okay.
happens to be
Well, I
one in
didn't know.
Montgomery County, and we got our hands on it.
Okay, so it's a ride, so to speak.
It's just that you hit it with a hammer. And
Oh, okay, so it's to show your strength.
that's
Look
right.
at me.
That's right. My wife is going
So
to be
that's
there.
what
I
you would
better-
be doing.
I've been doing push-ups. I've been getting strong, ready for this thing.
You're
So
getting ready.
there's a showdown between me and the high
Absolutely,
striker.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll be
Okay.
there to help Howard.
I
out.
won't be playing that game.
We'll put it on the lowest setting for me.
And
How
you-
about that?
There you go.
And you're going to have yard games out there too.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm imagining that's part of the city of Conroe has some of those things that they take out
Yes, ma'am.
periodically. What's the one with 3 in a row? Connect.
Yeah,
Connect 4.
We got Connect 4.
Yes.
I think there's maybe some chess or checkers yard size coming out.
That's correct.
Those types of games.
Okay, so it'll be a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Okay. Oh, Dick's Sporting Goods too, I think.
Dick's Sporting Goods
is
just
one of the
recently
sponsors.
signed up and committed to it too, so we're very enthusiastic. But of course, we can always use more sponsors, so
That's right.
we'll take all the help we can get. But really, the meat and potatoes for us is Monday, the 31st, Memorial
Let's talk
Day,
about that.
and we'll have a judge at Duke tell a little bit about because it's going to be a big event.
We're going to pause and stop from our work and from our task with this park. It is Memorial Day. It is time to remember those that have fallen. So that is what we're going to do. The ceremony basically that begins at 11 o'clock routes around the memorial. We're dedicating some of the memorial monuments in the park, and we're pausing to reflect. You have to understand that this memorial is a living, revolving memorial. We don't scratch a few names in a piece of granite and say, what a great job we've done, pat ourselves on the back, and turn around to the city and say, would y'all mow it for us? This is not anywhere near what that is. This is a very unique, different form of memorial because it is geared to remember, but it's also geared to educate. So we have set those goals. So we will pause from our labors on the 31st and remember what we are about, what our mission, what our vision, and what we're doing in honoring, remembering all branches of service. And that is how we're proceeding. Duke and Howard will be our main MCs. They're going to be anchoring the program between the both of them. and they will be introducing our different guests, what we'll be doing on the program. We're going to try to keep it as short. We know it's May 31st, and it's going to be warm. But we've got tents, and we've got cooling stations, and we'll have water, and we'll be doing that. Is that the bell for me? Shut up.
I don't know what the bell was for. We
Time out.
shut it off.
That's it.
Time out.
That's it.
Okay. And that's what you were saying, taking a time out to reflect.
That is correct.
I can picture it right now. You know, how moving it will be.
Well, we were very blessed in a lot of ways. The Jazz Connection under the direction
I
of
love
Bob
them.
Price
Yeah.
is bringing 27 orchestra members. They will be playing.
Wonderful.
They will provide the background and music, and then some of the main concert. People like to hear music, and they don't want to hear a bunch of long-winded politicians. And so there are a few politicians going to be talking.
Of course.
But we've got, so we're very great that Bob is coming in. We have some soloists coming in too, and they'll be singing patriotic music.
So do we want to talk a little bit about the different things that you would see out there, such as the line and remembered whispers and that?
Certainly, we can rotate that.
Okay.
I'll talk about the line first.
Okay. Sure,
Pick
sure.
up whispers.
What? Okay.
Okay.
And then go from
Sure.
the victory line.
And just real quick, I want to touch on something the judge said about taking a pause. You know, for me as a veteran and my two fellow veterans in this room, there's not a more important day to honor our brothers and sisters who have fallen. There's not a veteran in this room who's not lost someone that they were close to in the line of service, in service to this country. So it's a very important day. It's a time to pause, like the judge said. And you know, you asked earlier about percentage complete. We could be at 2% today, but I promise you, when the bell rings on the 30th and 31st, we'll be 100%. We talked about that in our previous show. There's a dedicated group out there, and you know, just yesterday, I was talking to one of the contractors, Mr. Jimmie Dio, with MTS Construction. You know what Jimmie said to me? He's working on a Sunday. He'd been out there 12 hours, moving dirt, cleaning. He said, Duke, I have one regret in my life. I said, what's that, Jimmie? He said, I'm not a veteran. And I said this. I said, listen. I said, well, if there was such a thing as an honorary veteran, you'd be my honorary veteran. So you got a lot of heroes working out there in that park. In the room today, I got two personal heroes right here that I work with. And those stories about those contractors, they go on and on and on, the people who touch this park. Got a lot of respect for Mr. Jimmie out there. He's out there in the rain right now working. 7 kinds of cancer in his body, stage 4. Those are heroes. He
Absolutely.
did no badge on his arm, no medals on his chest. He's another one of those heroes who are making this park a reality. There's a lot that's come together here. There's a lot of emotion, a lot of heart, a lot of fight. The battle is on, and we're going to complete this honored mission for Montgomery County and the nation. So I just wanted to add something to a moment of pause, because it's a sacred day of honor for veterans and the families who have
And
lost.
it's unity.
It is. It is. It is.
It is a collaborative effort.
It is.
And when Duke says 100%, he's referring to the 100% of this phase.
That's right.
We will never achieve 100%. It is an ongoing work in progress that will not stop. The commission will continue. We will continue to garner support. We will add different memorials.
Mm-hmm.
We've already had 5 different groups talk to us about honoring a particular unit they served with, or a particular group, or even a particular individual. The commission will review these requests, and that will be added to the memorial. We, in turn, ourselves, will be adding more to the memorial. It's an ongoing working event. So if we start, first of all, we back up to Freedom Boulevard. There was no road there. And Freedom Boulevard joined with, became in existence with the city of Conroe. Spirit Bank of Texas, and Montgomery County. And we now had access into the park. And we got the address to number 1 Freedom Boulevard. From there, we dedicated the Dorsey Bridge to Sergeant Dorsey, and that was completed. That was complete funding by the city of Conroe to give us access across Alligator Creek. City stepped up, dusted off some plans that had been done years before, and constructed the Dorsey Bridge, giving us complete access into the park. And the first one, which has been up, is Victory Row, which is the flags, which are dedicated to different branches of service. We call it Victory Row because that's what it stands for, victory. And those flags run parallel, north and south, on the east side of the memorial. So we'll be dedicating Victory Row, and from there, there'll be a memorial in the park we refer to it as Whispers. And Howard's going to explain that to you.
Yeah, no, absolutely spot on. You know, this is our chance to honor them too, including the over 25,000 applicants between 1942 and 44 who took the step up to serve their country, and to also prove that women were as capable to be a pilot as any man who was flying an airplane. And there's a small group of people who saw that there was going to be a shortage of male pilots for combat-oriented missions over Europe, over the Pacific. And so with a little bit of fight, they against them, they took a much bigger fight back to the nation, and they employed over 25,000 applicants were received, and ultimately over 1,100 female pilots that we call the WASP, the Women Air Force Service Pilots, were trained and stepped into these supportive but critical missions to keep us going on the path that ultimately went to victory. And a lot of these, they took on roles getting brand new aircraft from manufacturing facilities to bases to stage to go overseas. A lot of these ladies towed targets so that male gunners on the ground could actually shoot at them with live ammunition. And a lot of these took personal damage. I mean, a lot of stories that you hear the term, your feet were shot out from under you. These ladies were actually hit with live ammunition in the airplane, towing these targets and also fighting dogfighting missions. They towed a lot of the scientists that were part of the atomic weapon project. I mean, they're absolutely critical into ultimately winning the war. And this is our chance to say thank you, give them response or give them honor, and we've been working with Texas Women's University in Denton. We've been working with the WASP Museum in Sweetwater, and there's several local representatives that have a critical piece of getting the honor and service that these ladies deserved here in Montgomery County that we're going to incorporate on Memorial Day. So it's an awesome story.
Tell me about the sculpture.
Okay, this was unique and actually a creation of Judge. There's 4 independent structures, and they have various sizes of wind chimes, and so it's more of an interactive and a monument that you can sit there as the wind is blowing harder. Obviously, the noise generated is higher. As the wind begins to lay, it decreases in volume. And so we'll have the capability that when our park visitors walk up to it, they can QR code with their phone or their smart tablet device, whatever the case may be, and hear the story that we're going to be recording and videographing of these ladies. It's going to be a really cool interactive sculpture.
I really like that.
Yeah, it's cool.
It is a sculpture. We refer to them sometimes as chimes, but we also like our formal name of acoustical sculptures.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So that's what we call it because it whispers. And the sculptures are set in a 3-sided triangle. A triangle is the source of strength, and we chose that. It's also used heavily in the military. The triangle is. Many units have a triangle or a diamond shape.
Yes, sir.
And so we followed that shape of the acoustical sculpture to represent that also. And by whispers is the whispers come from the past and for their service. Why don't you talk about the line?
Well, listen, this is what makes this park, I believe, so unique. You know, many parks you have around the United States, like Judge mentioned earlier, they inscribe some names in some granite and walk away. This is a living monument, a living memorial, in a living park. What I mean by that is we're inscribing the names of veterans, not only from Montgomery County, but from all over the nation who have served on this line. As we continue to get those names in over the years, I think we're up to just under 450,
Right under 5.
right under 500 names as of today that we're
More
going
and
to
more people are
inscribe.
wanting to get involved in
Yes.
that.
Absolutely.
I've been sharing that all over as well.
So as you walk out,
Yeah.
as you walk out Victory Lane under the Victory Row flags, you're going to see a very important part of this park, and that's the line. That's where the names are inscribed. As those names continue to come in over the years, we'll continue to add those panels around the park. They're going to be lit at night, especially from the freeway. You'll be able to see a solid blue line on the back side of the line itself, and we're real excited about this. You know, to have a park that lives like this as time moves on is very important. We don't just stop at one point with a park. The names keep coming in from all over the nation. I've got names from Virginia and just about every state. A lot of my old shipmates we put on the line, some who've died. My shipmates who have died we put on the line. So
It's very heartfelt.
it is heartfelt. It is heartfelt. It's important. You know, we talk about honored mission. This is about honoring not only those who've fallen from Montgomery County. We'll get to those monuments in just a moment. The 174, I believe. Is that number changed? Are we at 174 for those who've fallen from Montgomery County?
174.
174. That's still the number. So we'll get to that a little later. But to have a memorial in a park that honors the service of veterans is something a bit unique. And so that's what separates us from what you'll see in Washington, D.C. and other places around the country.
And this is a unique park.
It is.
It will continue to be a unique park and grow, like you're
Sure.
saying. But there isn't any park like this around, right?
No,
I mean, in
certainly not that we
Houston
know
or
of, no.
Texas or anywhere else.
Yeah.
We're only well, there's really 2 others. We're only the 3rd park in this nation that's honored the WASP. And so that's already got national attention from what we're doing. In referencing some of the remarks that Duke made, understand about the line. The line is any soldier that has served this country from the American Revolution till now. There is no rank on the line. We have 3-star generals, 2-star generals, and we have privates. There is no rank in front of their name. They all served. Their branch of service, USA, United States Army, USMC, Marine Corps, follows their name. But that is all. We're all served equally. And we have kept that the same way throughout the park. We all served equally. And so the line will never end. In the words, we'll dedicate on Memorial Day of this year. New names will be dedicated on Veterans Day, the Memorial Day again, and it will continue. Bryan College Station began their program at their Brazos Valley Veterans Memorial Park 12 years ago, and they have 6,000 names on theirs. Theirs is a block of granite with a statue on top of it. It's not the line. It's not anywhere near what ours looks like. But that kind of tells you it took them about 12 years to get 6,000 names. We anticipate that we will meet that mark within the first few years already. When I told them we had already had almost 500 names, they couldn't believe it. They had 100 the first year. And what happened to us is we thought that would be about the number, about 100 or 125 at best. And we had to bring in and order more panels because it jumped to 500. The word got out, and all of a sudden it began to happen. And do understand something. There's a fee for those names to go in there. But that fee is to buy the material. That fee is to engrave that material. And engraving is not cheap. But there is still a balance, and that balance is for scholarships. All a veteran has to say to us is, I don't have the money. Or their family could say, we don't have that kind of money, or have that money. And we automatically put their name on.
So somebody could donate for that too, the scholarships.
You could absolutely donate too. But we have, and we don't ask for financials or take an oath that you don't have the money. You just say it to Janeen,
Their word
McSwain, or
is what it
COO.
is.
You just say it. Tell Duke,
Correct.
I don't have it. Your name's on the memorial. There's no
So
screening process.
will these names be read on Memorial Day?
They will be in the program. It's on the link to the program already. Will be reading the names of the fallen from Montgomery County on that memorial. That's
The
174.
174.
We will also be reading the names of 39 WASP who died in World War II. Those names will be read also. We would like to be able to, but they'll be able to go out and see their names. It'll be in the program. Program is going to be more like a souvenir program.
Mm-hmm.
And we will be also dedicating the Montgomery County Veterans Memorial Monument, which is the fallen from Montgomery County, 174 men from from the Alamo, 4 of which are from here. One lady that will be reading those names, she's direct descendant of the Alamo, and then World War I, II, and all the conflicts after that. And these are men that were from Montgomery County. We'll read their name and where they were from in the county for what records we have. Some just came from the country, and there's no way. We only have their enlistment stations. And we'll ring a bell after each name. But there'll be plenty of name reading. So that will be also very impressive.
I want to pick up on one thing about the line. I want to mention that on May 27 at 9:30 in the morning, Conroe City Council, the City of Conroe is going to be honoring 70+ veterans. We're going to read their names and have each of the elected officials take a portion of those names and read them. But what's important about that day is I want you to know that the commission, Jimmie Edwards, myself, and the commission is actually paid no charge to the City of Conroe employees for all of their names to be placed on the line. So I could not be more proud of my fearless leader, Judge Edwards, his commitment to the veterans of Montgomery County and around this nation. So I just wanted to mention that to you. There's, we put our time into this project, but we also believe in putting our money into this project as well, our personal monies. It's very important for us to be involved. And this idea came up, and Judge Edwards didn't bat an eye. He said, let's get all 70 on them, and we're going to pull the money out of our pockets and pay for it. And we should honor those veterans. So we're excited about that. That's the kind of collaboration that you see out here in the community related to the line. We do that for City of Conroe employees. The Marine Corps Legal pick up some names. The VFW picks up some names, and before you know it, the line starts to fill. So
It's a spectacular thing.
It is.
That
It's
you
amazing.
leave just feeling so much that gratitude that you're part of seeing this happen come to fruition. I think we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back. And thank you to our sponsors, Roger Stein Chiropractic and Team Sinisi Real Estate Group. I'm Margie Taylor, and we'll be right back.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment, or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
Team Sinisi is a proud sponsor of Conroe Culture News. Vinny Sinisi and his professional team provide comprehensive real estate services throughout the greater Montgomery County area and beyond. Whether looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Team Sinisi has an impeccable reputation. Contact Team Sinisi for a great experience at teamsinisi.com. That's TEAMSINISI.com.
And we are back. I'm Margie Taylor, your host for Conroe Culture News, and we are talking all about the Montgomery County Veterans Memorial Park and the activities on Memorial Weekend, being Sunday, May 30th, with the fishing event for kids 3 to 9, and face painting and inflatables and fast cars and jeeps and hot rods and food and hot dogs and all of that, and the patriotic concert that happens at 1:30? Was that what time
That's
it was? 1:30? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's all free. And then the more solemn event that makes us all stop and reflect will be in honor of all of the fallen veterans, and it will be a dedication for the park and all the elements, and you do not want to miss this. So we're talking a little bit about the different elements of the park, and I know you also have an element for first responders, right?
That is correct.
Okay. Who wants to tell me about that?
Well, what we have is an area that is dedicated to the first responders. Presently, at the time, we have a basic flagpole and a first responders flag. We have designed that flag to fly in the park. It was adopted by the commission. A lot of the commission members, and myself included, wanted to honor first responders, but we didn't want to take an American flag and that has been painted black or white or blue or green or yellow or orange or whatever. We kind of like Old Glory like it is. So we designed a new flag for the first responders. There's a lot of symbolism in it, and I think that people will be very impressed. In time, there will be a memorial there beside that flag. That is in the works also, and that's also being worked on and designed also. So we have an area to honor our first responders.
Very nice. There's a lot to see. There's a lot to see out there, and really take it in and reflect. And I know that everything you guys have done, and when I say you guys, I'm not just talking to those of you at the table, but the commission and contractors and other people that have underwritten or worked on the park are doing it because it means something to them. They have a passion for it. Either they served our country, or they're helping honor those who did serve our country, like Duke was sharing with us. Do you want to tell me some of the people that have been involved, possibly in underwriting, Howard or Duke?
Yeah, that's, listen, I'll kind of start from the beginning. There's quite a few here, but it is important we get right into some of those who've been so important to our mission. When you walk into the park over the Sergeant Ed Dorsey Bridge, you'll see a large spire. I call it a spire. Many others call it some other things, but it's a monument. It's almost 10 feet high and 11 feet wide, and on all four sides of that monument, you'll see who's contributed to this park. It'll be there forever, and I want to, Baker Signs here from Montgomery County has just been such a valuable partner. We've got a list here of some names. I won't go through them all, but I know Baker Signs stands out to me. DAC Electric. We couldn't do this without MTS Construction. MTS originally was hired by the city to work on the Sergeant Ed Dorsey Bridge. They did such a fabulous job over there. The commission hired them on to complete the remaining portions of the park, along with our other valued sponsors. Is there anybody that stands out, Howard, in your mind you want to say something about other than MTS, DAC, and Baker Signs?
No, I appreciate it. Real quick, Agent Securities. Daryl Haynes,
right.
the CEO, actually a USMC veteran also. He made a generous contribution in order for us to keep the park safe and for the visitors to feel safe while we're out there. He's helping us to install a high-end security system so that we have full pan to zoom and we can keep an eye on the park at all times, night and day, and make sure everybody who gets to come, who's kind enough to come visit the park, gets a great experience. So a huge shout out to him as well.
There's a few others as I look at my list here, I better talk about L Squared Engineering and a few that I don't want to miss. Some from L Squared Engineering are on our commission, and we simply could not have done this without them. Everything in that park is engineered and designed to meet state and federal and city guidelines.
And you're proud of it.
Absolutely we are. Absolutely we are. And so you can't put something together like this without proper engineering. You know, you're building a memorial park in a drainage easement / ditch. And
State right away.
State right away, federal highway, all of it. All those pieces
You got to
mixed
get all
together.
the approvals, everybody.
From FEMA to the federal highway.
That's
Department.
right. Just in that location, you've got the city ground, you've got the county ground, you've got state and federal, and our
It's
team.
complicated.
It is complicated. And this team has put together this project, and it's just incredible. So I've got to say something about L Squared Engineering. I've got to say something about LDF Construction, our old Navy CB friend, who has done such a good job for us overseeing some of the construction out there. Blau Engineering, you talked about local a minute ago. Let's talk about Blau, Mark Fowler, CPA. Gosh, looking down the list here, even the signs, etc., and speed printing here in town. It's just a community effort. U.S. flag and flagpole supply. That's a big part of what we're doing out there to supply the flags and the flagpoles.
Absolutely.
So we've thrown out a few pitches there for everybody, but listen, it's important. These are important contributors to this project.
The Founders Memorial will be directly north of when you come off of the Dorsey Bridge. It is a four-sided obelisk, as Duke explained, and it has the names of the commission members. It has the names of elected officials that touched this park all the way back to, say, Mayor Webb Melder.
That's right.
We have the county judges. There are 2 county judges that touch this park. On the other side are people that have worked with it, contractors, builders, etc. And that entire memorial's there. Now, if anybody wants to say anything about maybe it being self-gratification or glory stand-in on the part of elected officials or someone like that, they're wrong, because it's not. It's just a simple fact. And the second part of this is the slab, the labor to pour that slab, the memorial itself, and all of the engraving was donated completely.
Wow.
There's no funds used out of our commission funds.
That's right.
No tax dollars used out of tax dollar funds. You have to remember, we accept tax dollars. Therefore, we are subject to the open records law. And anytime anyone wants to check our books, we office on the 5th floor. They're quite welcome to. But that entire memorial, the big end of it, 95% of it, was donated by Schmidt Memorial.
That's right.
Here in Conroe, Texas. And so we didn't spend any dollars for it. He wanted the idea. He wanted to do something to recognize the people that worked on this park. And so that's how the Founders Memorial became into existence.
I'm excited to see it. I haven't really seen it except for driving by. I didn't get any VIP tour or any of that, so I'm looking forward to coming out there and
We'll
seeing
make it
it
happen.
in
We know the people.
completion.
Yeah, we'll get you
I
hooked
think
up.
we can get you out there.
Hey, real quick too, something that's really cool. Christine Schneider Art. She has been helping the commission create unique and specific drawings too. So we have the original prints that'll be on display Monday the 31st, Memorial Day, during our remembrance, and we'll also have them for sale. But she's a local artist here. Many attributes and accolades. She's doing a fantastic job. But we're going to have these original prints and copies of them for sale out there. So I wanted to make sure everybody was aware of that.
So let's talk about different ways that people can get involved. I know that there's, like, you have a Victory Row flag underwriter, right? You already have some of those underwriters.
That is correct.
And you can also, you talked about sponsoring a service member on the line and scholarships, that kind of thing. For any denomination, they can make a donation.
That
Is
is
that correct? And they would do that on your website.
Correct.
That's right.
Okay.
Honormission.org.
Honormission.org. And you can also find that by going and Googling it on the Facebook page to find that if you happen to forget Montgomery County Veterans Memorial Park. You have bollard underwriters and bench underwriters. I know you mentioned that. And I'm assuming you might still have opportunity to help
Absolutely.
with
The
those
bollards-
things because you're growing all the
Right.
time.
The bollards continue, and so will the benches.
I see a plant a tree underwriter.
That is correct. That is a program that we're looking at right now where you can plant a tree in the name of a veteran, in the name of anybody.
I like that. 'Cause
And
that's
we're
a
gonna
living
be-
thing.
We have a lot of trees.
Sure. That's right.
We
I
have
really
a lot
like
of
that.
trees to plant there.
Yeah, because, you know, City of Conroe is a tree
But understand,
city.
yeah, as I said, we also have our outreach. we do more than just build, as we said, the memorial. We have several programs working. One of which is where we're going to homebound, to nursing homes, to assisted care, with certificates framed from the commission to any veteran that's in that home. And they get to put it on their wall. And during COVID, we've only been doing that outside, but we will now upstate that.
Sure.
We also have an outreach program for Boy Scouts. Boy Scouts led under Raven Rivero, and her troops have played an instrumental part. We, in fact, will probably have 2 Scouts earn their Eagle Scout badges by working in this park with us. So that is our outreach program also. Also, our outreach is to work with other communities, and we call it the Southeast Texas Tour of Honor, and that belongs to Duke. He's the one that became on that active. Duke, why don't you explain?
Tell me about that.
Yeah, I will. You know, real quick, there's about 10 stops along this Southeast Circle of Honor. I'm going to go through them real quick. You start down at the Fallen Warriors Memorial down on Cutton Road. You know, this is an all-day or 2-day event. You end up in Conroe, Texas, hopefully at the Honor Cafe for some dinner or breakfast, and staying with us, and then here at the Veterans Memorial Park. But you start over at the Fallen Warriors Memorial over on Cutton Road, then you find your way over to the Way Home monument. That's in the woodlands there. That's a beautiful monument down there. On your way west, stop in Montgomery, the birthplace of the Texas flag. We certainly can't miss that. And then the big one, number 5, is the Brazos Valley Veterans Memorial over in College Station off Harvey Road over there. When you're through there, you're going to head back to the Hearts Museum. That's over in Huntsville, Texas. And back over on the east side of Montgomery County, Big Rivers Water Park, Gator Bayou Adventure Park over in New Caney, along with the East Montgomery County Memorial over in New Caney. Come back west on 105, hit the Honor Cafe, and you end up at our park. So this is a big thing. Some of the convention bureaus in the area are real excited about this Southeast Texas Circle of Honor. So we're proud to have come up with this thought and this idea, and certainly for those who are tourists looking for something very important to do with their time, this is really a great adventure, about a 2-day event for them.
It's a 2-day event, and I know some people have said, what is a water park doing on this? I said, when you haul all these kids, and your kids and grandkids, from all these memorials, they're going to be looking for something to do at the end of the deal.
Right.
So the only way you're going to get them to do it is to promise them to go to the water park over in Commissioner Metz's precinct.
So threw that in there, yes.
Yeah, so it's in the map and on the map.
Very good. I mean, you're throwing in all the area of Montgomery County.
Yeah, and you can do a half day. You can do a full day.
Right.
You can rotate it. Hearts is behind us. Brian, everyone's stepping in to put this tour together because it is an educational. That is what we're talking about. You would learn so much in the tour itself.
And where could somebody find this information?
With us and on our website.
That's right.
On your website, okay.
We're
and I'm
developing
sure,
that
like,
right now.
Visit Conroe will be sharing this, and like you said,
They're a
the
partner.
other,
Yeah.
yes.
We've also began a program for all businesses that 20% of their employees are veterans. And it is a red circle that says 20% with the American flag silhouetted on it. And we are now going to be kicking that program off also, urging businesses to hire veterans. So again, as I say, we're more than brick and mortar. And that's very important to have these outreach. And it's very important for our grants.
Sure.
Our grants people, some shy away from brick and mortar. But if you've got an outreach, now we're not a medical facility. We're not into that. But nor are we're not a cemetery, and we're not Disneyland. I wouldn't even say we're anything in between. But what we are is a memorial of remembrance, but also a memorial of education. And I'm not quite sure the terms. Howard, help me. If you have your phone and you were able to take a picture of the name on the line, how would that work?
No, well, so one of the interactive parts is, again, the QR codes, where we actually just completed our first videography with a Vietnam veteran, that once the person walks up to the QR code, scans it, it starts telling the story right here on your phone. And of course, eventually, as we turn this into a national destination with visitors and visitor center and education center will have these stories along with associated artifacts up there telling the story.
See, our next step, one of our bigger steps, is the Education Visitor Center. Right. Duke will be representing the commission on negotiations with an architectural firm. We intend to start that soon. That will be built right as you enter the Dorsey Bridge. You'll have restroom facilities, community room, a honored flag room, small and large group meeting rooms, small canteen. And that way it becomes a stopping point. And you can rest and you can relax and you can go from there. We can tell the story of Conroe, story of Montgomery County, story of what we are doing. I got this original idea from Larry Forrester, who was talking to me about the flag park, and they had always envisioned maybe a stop, restrooms, etc. for them. So we just incorporated that, and that's what is our next step. So our vision continues.
It's a living monument, basically.
Yes, that is correct.
That is what it is, like no other around.
And educational. In
Correct.
other words, we'd be able to eventually, if we can get the power to do it, is for a student in Oak Ridge or Oklahoma City to go to our website, and they have an assignment to write a paper about a World War I vet. They go to our site, they open it up, and there is a bios on World War I veterans. And so it becomes an educational tool also.
Very good.
You know, I want to mention something before we close out. I don't know how much time we have left, but before we close out, you know, I've got to say, when you walk over that Sergeant Ed Dorsey Bridge, there's a phrase that's going to be placed on that obelisk that Judge Edwards brought to all of our attention. And it's Lieutenant Colonel Jimmie Doolittle's words the night before the Doolittle Raiders raided Tokyo. And as you know, that was a significant event after the United States had taken such a horrific blow at Pearl Harbor. We hit Japan at the heart, right in the heart. They didn't think it could be done. They launched B-25 or B-24. Is it B-25?
B-25.
B-25 bombers off a carrier just offshore.
Hornet.
That's it, off the coast of Tokyo, and struck at the very heart of the Empire of Japan. And that was a turning point for many in the war. But the quote simply says, "There's nothing stronger than the heart of a volunteer." That exemplifies who we are, and what we're doing. So I just wanted to, before we left today, I wanted to mention that as you walk over that Sergeant Ed Dorsey Bridge and you look about 5 feet up in the air, that's what you're going to see on that obelisk.
How?
I think it's just very touching, you know, being the mom of someone that's in the Army. My grandfather was a lieutenant colonel in the Army, and it's been inbred in us how important it is. And even touching on the volunteerism, I think that's huge. I mean, you're making an impact and a legacy of who we are and what we do, and embracing the country we love.
That's right. That's right. And one thing to mention, I hope we still have a minute, but we're very, very efficient on our spending. We're a 501c.
You're a nonprofit organization.
We're a nonprofit organization. We do an incredible job of stretching every dollar as far as we can. There's no wasteful spending at all, and we're very proud of that. As Judge mentioned, we have a very good history. We're always open book and very transparent. Anybody who cares to or would love to donate and help us with our mission, we'll certainly show you everything we have to show you.
Your contact information is all on the website.
Yes, ma'am.
We also local here. We are also, our books are audited every year.
That's right.
We file our 990s every year. Right now in the United States of America, there are 47,000 nonprofits that talk about or deal with veterans and first responders. There are some false prophets out there, and there are some that have been trying to move into this county. And so you have to be careful. You have to check in. We invite everybody to check us out. And if you want to ship your money off to other nonprofits that are in other parts of this state or the country, that's your business. but we would like for you to be sure and check out, and we will help you. We don't recommend or not recommend anything about any other nonprofit, but we can show you the sources or media sources you can go to check out any nonprofit that you may consider donating to. We would like for you to donate to us and to help us also, but we are transparent and will continue to be so. We operate right now about a 90-10 basis. 90% of it goes all into the memorial.
And that's
if not
the
a little
best.
higher, maybe closer to 93.
And that's what people need to
Yeah,
look
and
at.
that only recently happened.
Well, I appreciate your time here. I hope to see you all at the activities on the 30th and 31st. I will not be fishing because I'm a little over the age limit. I will come out and join you. And I encourage everyone to come out and visit the memorial activities, Memorial Day, especially the dedication at 11 a.m. on Monday, May 31st. Any parting words, sir?
Thanks, everybody. I would love to see everybody come out. The Montgomery County Veterans Memorial Commission is composed of 23 members. That is large as a board of directors, but it takes that many because we have a large idea. And it takes that many working and laboring with us. Many are still founders that have been with me ever since the beginning. A few have come on recently, but we've made some shifts. People go about their lives, and so things change. It's not set in concrete. But it takes a lot of effort, and that is what makes me so very appreciative.
And you're the leader of the group?
I'm the chairman of the board.
There
yes,
you go.
Yes, ma'am. I'm the chair. I don't know what kind of leader I am.
AKA our fearless leader.
Right,
Man-in-chief
right.
of the commission, that's right.
Well, very good. Well, I appreciate y'all's time, and I look forward to seeing all the completion of the activities.
Thank you.
And Margie, thank you for having us again.
Thank you, Margie. Appreciate it.
Honoredmission.org, correct?
That's right.
Correct.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.